How's it going, guys? My name is Evie as a dinosaur, and today we're going to do something a little bit different than our usual just gameplay stuff. Today I just want to make a videos about my tattoos because there's a couple times where I've been streaming where people have wanted to see either my tattoos clearer or they wanted to know how many more I had, but I use Twitch to also record my videos straight from my Xbox because it just makes it easier for me. So it's kind of hard for me to actually go ahead and go into all of my tattoos and to talk about them or show them off without ruining the video quality in general, because it also makes it a bitch for me later when I have to go in and edit it for YouTube. So, before we get started, I do just want to say I know there is a lot of stigma, I guess you would say, around tattoos and how most people think they're bad and you're a heathen or a sinner if you get them. Honestly, whatever your beliefs on tattoos are your beliefs alone, personally, I believe that your body is meant for you. Like, you can do whatever you want to your body. You want to go get horns freaking implanted on your face, fucking do it. That's your decision. I mean, I won't recommend it, but if you want to do it, go ahead and fucking do it. So, quite frankly, I think every tattoo should tell a story. It should be something that has a lot of meaning to you, or, is just something that's very special to you. Whether it has a meaning or if it's special to you, either or doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're not like that one chick who got Trump is not my president on her fucking body, because I'm not even going to touch that. I don't even want to talk about that. But alright, let's hop right into this. So my first ever tattoo, I'm actually not going to show this, but my first ever tattoo was actually a home tattoo that was done in somebody's house by a guy who was like dating my boyfriend's mom at the time. I don't know. I was in fucking middle school when I got it. I have no pictures of it. I just want to talk about it real quick because it was my first tattoo. I got it when I was like 14. It looked like absolute shit. I don't want to show a picture of it. I don't even think I have pictures of it anymore. It was terrible. Like, by the time I turned 18, it was like half faded. It looked like a fucking Smurf just died on my ankle. It was bad. But my first actual professional tattoo was when I turned 18. It was on my 18th birthday. It is actually this picture of the microphone right here. If you can't read what the words say, it says "Music is life." I love music. I love everything about music. If you guys haven't noticed from my covers, or just the fact that half of my liked videos are music videos, I absolutely love music. I think music is a great outlet. I use music if I'm upset, if I'm sad, if I'm trying to get in the zone, like if I'm playing Overwatch and I need to just get amped the fuck up, I start listening to music. And all in all, music is life. Music can explain any sort of feeling, any sort of expression. There is a fucking song for it. Does not matter. So this is my favorite tattoo. This is one of my favorite tattoos. So on to the next tattoo. So the second tattoo that I ever got was actually a cover-up for the shit first one that I was just talking about earlier. It is a fairy tale symbol. Like, I'm sure if you've watched a lot of anime or if you watched Fairy Tail, you can see that this is, in fact, a fairy tale emblem. So I got this not only to cover up the shit tattoo, which I just want to mention was my ex's initials, which is another reason why I got it tattooed. Don't ever get names tattooed on you. That's bad. But I got it covered up, and the reason why I got it covered with a fairy tale symbol is not only because I really freaking like that anime. It's probably one of the only animes that's long running that I've actually stuck with, and it's never really bored me or anything like that. It's also because like this has a personal meaning to me. So if you've watched Fairy Tail or you know anything about Fairy Tail, you realize it's supposed to be like a wizard guild and they all act like they're a family. That's kind of how like me and my friends are. Me and my friends were all very close, and some of the closest people to me aren't even family members. They're actually my just very, very close friends that I can go to about anything. And I consider them all family to me, and that is why this fairy tale emblem means so much to me. So, the next tattoo I got after that was my grandmother's tattoo, which is actually located on my back. It's on my right shoulder blade. It kind of goes to the middle of my back because, that's actually pretty fucking big. You can't really tell from the picture, but that's actually a pretty big tattoo. So, if you can't read it, because I know some people have issues reading cursive, it says Pamela, and I also know it's a little fucked up because it's a stem. So, Pamela was, of course, my grandmother's name. I I always remembered her favorite color being purple, which is why the rose is purple. And it also kind of works because her middle name was Rose. My grandmother died in 2010, and it was just a very upsetting moment for me. And I still love her. I still miss her every single day. And if you've ever lost a grandparent that you were very close to, you would understand. Now, this woman may have not been my actual grandmother, but she is the only grandmother I really grew up with. I grew up knowing this woman as my grandmother. She took me as her grandchild. Like, I remember being fucking 3 years old, playing with my friend Kayla, who was her actual granddaughter. Her telling me that I can call her Grammy Pam, and I actually want to add on to this tattoo because a saying that she used to say to me a lot, whether I was in trouble or, you know, I had a bad dream and I just didn't want to talk about it or whatever. The saying she would always say was, even though the same blood doesn't run through our veins, doesn't mean we're not family. And, you know, of course, she used other versions of that. But yeah, so that's my tattoo from my grandmother on my right shoulder blade. I personally really like this. I love how the stem goes into the wording and all, like, is the wording, I should say. My tattoo artist wasn't very happy about that because he's just like, how the hell am I going to do this? But, you know, it worked in the end. Alright, so on to the next tattoo. So the next tattoo is actually my Hanya mask. So I know this is actually a pretty, it's a pretty common tattoo. And I really realized that when I was looking at designs that I wanted for it. Now, the reason why I got Hanya is I was doing a bit of research about her back when I first was like, hey, I kind of want this tattoo. And I was doing some research about her, and I found out that she, besides the fact that she is an Oni demon, she is essentially the demon of hatred and jealousy. And I'm not going to go into her full story about her, but if you want, you can go ahead and look it up. It's a very interesting story, and personally, I very much so like it. The other reason why I got Hanya is because my brother actually has a Hanya on his arm as well. It's not the same arm. I have my Hanya on my left bicep. He has his on his right bicep. So I think that's very nice because I'm very close to my brother. My brother's always been very close to me. And now we have similar tattoos. They're not matching. They're not exactly alike. But they're similar. Funny story about this one is actually, I got the outline done for this tattoo. I got suspended from work, like, this tattoo is like 2 years old at this point. But I was working at McDonald's, and I got suspended from work for, complete and total bullshit. But I got suspended from work, and I was like, fuck McDonald's, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Because that's how you deal with life problems, guys. You just go out and go get tattoos. Okay, on to the next one. So the next one I got, actually, after finishing Hanya and getting it colored and everything, because it took me like 2 years to actually go back and do that, I ended up getting this little butterfly on my wrist. So, if you don't know what the semicolon, well, if you don't realize what it is, it's a semicolon butterfly. So, essentially, if you don't know what the semicolon is, the semicolon just represents that, you know, it essentially is just, you know, it's a thing for suicide. The point of the semicolon is it's a point where the author could have stopped, but he continued going. And I'm sure just me saying that, you can realize why that would have such an impact on, you know, suicide. The butterfly is actually because, when I was in middle school, I had a few suicidal friends, and we came up with it's kind of wrong to say this, but it was like a little game. We called it a butterfly, and the point of it was you would draw on your arm with a pen, you know, an arm that you cut or whatever. You would draw a butterfly for everything or everyone you loved. And every time you cut, you would kill a butterfly. So, that's why it's my own personal reason for having the butterfly. And this one was actually done by one of my friends that I had when I was in nursing school. So, she did a really good job on it. I really like it. This is like my only non-professional tattoo once I hit 18. Alright, and on to the next one. So the next ones I have are actually pretty recent, these next two. And when I mean recent, I mean like not long after Christmas. The week after Christmas is when I got these. So the one I got first was, of course, my Eevee sleeve, which I have been showing off to like everybody. It's not done yet. I do have to go back and get Espeon, Glaceon, and Leafeon, but I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put those, because I'm not trying to have an entire sleeve of just evolutions. Now, these are tribal evolutions, and I really like them. I was trying to find an idea for an Eevee tattoo, because I mean, look at my fucking my gamer tag, my YouTube, my everything has Eevee in it because I fucking love Eevee. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved Eevee. I've loved all of her evolutions, all that. Favorite Pokemon, hands down. So I finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a video game related tattoo, and I got Pokemon. So now I have my Eevee tattoo, and this one is, I know it's a little weird looking, but it's so hard to get all of them because Vaporeon goes onto my back, and then, you know, trying to turn my arm around so you can actually see all of them because I love my tattoo artist and all, but he made these fucking huge. So, on to the last one. The last tattoo that I have gotten, which, again, this was the week after Christmas. I actually got this tattoo the day after my Eevee. And it is my Edgar Allan Poe quote. Now, I know it is really hard to read because of the font and everything. I chose the prettiest font, to be honest. He gave me a bunch of different fonts because I told him I had no idea how I want it to be done. And he says, alright, I'm just going to pull up a bunch of different fonts, and you're going to pick one. And I picked the prettiest one, which just also happened to be the most painful one. This is my second tattoo on my ribs. Both this and my microphone are on my ribs. If you can't read this, it says, I was never really insane, except upon occasions when my heart was touched. And, to be honest, that quote, bro. Like, bruh. But yeah, and then I got Edgar Allan Poe's signature on there. I very much so love everything about Edgar Allan Poe's poetry, so this tattoo is very meaningful. And that's it for my tattoos. So if you guys have any tattoos of your own or any ideas for tattoos that you want, you can go ahead and drop those in the comment section. I'd love to hear about them. I love discussing tattoos with people. I love seeing new tattoos, all these different ideas. Love it. I'm very, very interested. So you guys can definitely go ahead and drop those down in the comment section. And if you like this video and want to see something like this or whatever, you know, drop a like. Let me know on Twitter what you guys want to see. All my links are in the bio. And I'll see you guys later.